The glow is on air. Welcome. It is Sunday. It is Sunday, and we have an amazing topic to talk about. Offer creation. Offer creation is one of my most favorite things to talk about, next to selling, and kind of it's the same thing, right? First we create something, and then we sell it. But how do projectors create the correct offers? How do projectors sell in the correct way without feeling salesy? It's different. It's different than the industry is modeling us. It's different than most coaches are teaching it. And most importantly, it has actually nothing to do with the mind creating it. It is really something coming out of us. So welcome today, and we have a Q&A. See, this is my client, Paulina. Hello. It's form principle. I tell you, when you trust your body that it is not go time earlier, then everything else, your fractal, is on your same page. So that's why I'm excited. And I also am celebrating today with you. So welcome everyone who is here live. We have a new style. A new item. I got that yesterday. So first I want to say I'm obsessed with this jacket. I have leather jackets, but I don't have a bomber leather jacket, and I'm obsessed with it. I love that so much. So all my projector ladies in the house, so excited. Serenity, the stage, HD lounge in the house, and now brand new Natalia joined, and she's the first one joining the new projector mentorship space. I have not talked about it yet. I have not officially spoken about it anything. I will the next days, the next week. Some of you know it from behind the scenes, but now the entire thing is ready and already welcoming. We have a private chat. We have classes. The first class is already next Friday. So I'm super excited. I am super excited. Natalia, you did a big leap yesterday. I cannot wait for a one-on-one call next week. Yeah, exactly. So thank you, Paulina. Who else is on here? Say hello in the comments. Who else is here? I see Ash, gorgeous. Hello. So I have so drop your design. Let's just today is really Q&A. Today is me also. I want to talk about a couple of very important things that I want to say. I want to celebrate you're listening while you're cooking. That's such a receptive thing for me as well. My receptive body is like, I just do something else. And today I was packing and listening to source material. I have 9.5 hours lecture. So what are you cooking, Ash? I have a 9.5 hours lecture on rave psychology, and I was listening to it while I was packing. Tomorrow I'm going to go to Munich, so it's a big week ahead, a big week. I'm super excited. A couple of new projects, fun stuff, but appointments and all these things. And also new events coming next week. There are 2 new announcements next week. So all things, so stay tuned. Crepes, amazing. And I was listening to one thing that I also want to talk about today about color. Color is substructure in the design, and color is so important for us when we are selling. So we'll talk about this today because that clicked in a different way. And this is really when we understand that if you're not focused, if you have a receptive body, then the way we receive information is really while being in the flow, or sitting down, focusing on a camera, listening or watching at someone. It's sometimes not so efficient because our brain, this is what design is about, our body receives information differently than anyone else, and just sitting, same in school. It is absolutely not differentiated. It's all homogenized. So I was listening to that, and it really clicked for me that the color underneath is infusing the profile. And the profile mainly is what people perceive from us as personality, as the thing that shines next to the sun gate, the brightest in the neutrino field, and people look at us and see us as that personality that we are. Now, here, Serenity is a 3-5 mental projector. I know that Paulina is also a 3-5 projector, not a mental projector, but an emotional projector. Now, there's a 3-5 and 3-5. So the color is, you go into differentiated charts that you can pull at certain platforms. I have a program. There are different programs I can go. But color is, it's also your motivation, yeah? And so you know your motivation, but this infuses and shines through the profile. And that's why I now understand, and this is even deeper as I was studying this today, preparing for this stage, because all of you are in this stage, we go into this when it comes to selling even more. And now I'm so clear, and even there is this sub-language, the differentiated understanding. It's not just, oh, this is my motivation, but what does it actually mean? What does this actually mean when you have that motivation, a type of motivation, in which energetic expression, it moves you and it moves through you, and how is it pushing and shining through the profile? When we have the profile lines, there's a certain characteristic to it, yes, but it is lived. It is like a costume, and then it's the role that we play. You know, you can have certain roles and certain actors. Like there is a movie, and you have the certain roles that they're written in this movie, and then you have different actors and actresses who come to the audition. I don't know, how do you call it? To play, and everybody interprets and brings certain qualities into that role. And this is exactly similar to these lines. You have to understand, just because I'm a 6-2, and here I see projector heart is a 6-2, my third color desire motivation shines through in a completely different way. That's why I'm always laughing if someone says, oh, I'm a 6-2 as well, and I'm a 3-5 as well, or even this, yeah, as a third line you have to do this, or a 6th line do that. It's deeper. It's deeper. And the thing is, you can understand it with your mind, what these lines mean, and, you know, certain characteristics. But then in the overall context, which type is it? What is your aura mechanics different for each type? And now here we're mostly projectors are here, but it is then the desire, the motivation that really pushes you, or when you're in transference, that's why things are not fully landing with people when you're selling, or that's why you feel weird in the way you show up. And these two things got me really today, and it clicked. And when we then bring that into the offers, the topic of each offer is then also sold in a different way. And that excites me to bring that into the stage. This is super, super important. Plus the view, the perspective that we have when we look at a person, when we see these things, when we are guiding, like this is so, yours is hope. Okay. Motivation is fear. And then you have power view, you know, there's so many different things. Hi, Eva. There's so many different things that come to play. That's why I say, you know, there is no such thing anymore that I can teach about this. It is the overall context plus the thing in your design, in your business. Because we cannot take something you hear me now talking about and try to apply it to your business. That is not an integrity. It's just simply not working. That's why the stage is a 6-week mentorship. It's not a program. It's not a, you know, whatever, a teaching thing. You cannot teach that. It has to be fully recreated, and also the deconditioning to understand when are you, and when you have you understand and know your motivation, then you go into the transference, And most people are more in transference than in the motivation because the deconditioning is so big. So how do we have awareness around it and then understanding this in oh, okay, when I show up on social media, then I kind of fall in this transference or have certain mechanics of my aura not fully understand yet, so that we're present, that we're seen in this shining through our profile, because this is what is important when we move into the new cross. And I will talk about it next week on Friday, in the new cross, in the new era, in the new paradigm class, where we talk about projector offer creation. I'm so excited for this. That the way we sell, it's going to be a 6-line market. Right now we have the first line energy. It's the fear, it's the mind, it's the information gathering, the fear. The first line is a fear-based, fear-driven investigation, information day and age. We are now in this day and age of information. People think they need to learn more, they need to know more in order to receive the results, right? So how do we then create offers? This is what I learned. This is how I can teach you. This is my wisdom shared through information. And while in the 6-line era, it's innocence motivation, and it is all about the role model. And when we are in that era right now, the biggest question is how. When I look at, and Christina is here on the team, hello, can we just say how amazing this new team design bubble is that I've created? I love it. Just as a side note, Paulina, exactly, I don't understand how fear transference is need, because I feel it's the same. When you're in the fear, you're in need. No, it's not. Need is developmental. Need is educational. So when you have need motivation, you look for something different that other people need or you need, but fear has a different. So this is exactly something that has to be in the context, in the conversation that shows up in every day. And this is where we go deeper into in the stage. So I was talking about this in the 6th line, it's innocence. So when we have 2027 coming, it's a 6-line market, and it's not anymore about information. Right now, what are we all selling? What are we all selling? We're selling answers. We are asking how-to questions, right? So how-to is more 3rd line topic, and when we have a 6th line, then we have 3 different stages. In the first stage, the first 2 stages, it's always about figuring things out. The first stage, first season, first phase of the 3rd line it's exactly a 3rd line. Our 6th line is the same like a 3rd line, because we are 3rd lines until 30. So all of you 6 lines here and 3rd lines, we have something in common, because in our first 30 years, we experience the same like you. So can we just say again, who is here 3rd line or who is a 6th line? Because this is, I saw some 1-3, 3-5s, I saw 6-2s, I think, and I know Christina, 3-6. It is this experience, right? We have the experience of, how do I figure this out? And you go into in your life and you experience different situations, and the main 3-5 here, and the main goal, the intention, the reason is that we have to understand what is working, what is not working. So always look at it 3rd lines, what is working, what is not working, instead of, oh, nothing is working. The overall goal is to figure out what is really, it's a test, it's a trial and error. You figure it out, no, it's not working, so you have to do something with it and make it better. And your authority will always, and following strategy and authority gives you the direction towards what is working better for you in your differentiated way. Now, we go forward after the 30 years, we go and say, oh, okay, this is not working. And I go into the roof. And so in those phases is how. The question is how. How do I figure this out? Amber is also here. Hello. How do I figure it out? How do I? This is always this. And right now, we're in this area of how. People are selling in the way that they answer how questions. They're teaching how questions. They are, I also ask, like, how do I? And I have the questions on my phone, and you ask a lot of how-to questions, right? And there's nothing wrong with a how-to question. It is more the way how we answer them. Yeah, and also how we ask them, because that is then when we go into the Sixt Line, we have Adriana, good morning. You're already up. My clients are so amazing. They're getting up and down under to watch me live. I'm obsessed with all of you. Amazing. So what is really important before I go into the answering of your questions, that when you look at your offers, when you look at the work that you do, also look at you as a consumer, as a client, as a consumer. Consument is German. As a look what is the industry selling? Can you just answer that to me? You get sold to, oh, I teach you how to. Yes, but the biggest difference is now people are consuming that, and what is actually the fact? Why is it now changing? We already feel, can someone guess where I want to go? Maybe some of my clients. The difference between what we're doing now, what we're selling now with the fear of information. First line is information. All of you for 1-3s here and 5-1s and 1-4s, you love to investigate. You love to do research. And this time now is information. Though people are selling information, here, all this internet, it's all information. And people are consuming a lot of information. But what is actually missing, and we're moving into them when it clicks. You have to understand, this is a huge shift. We go from first line up to the roof to the Sixt Line, because on the roof is, and it's going to be innocence motivation. So that means I don't give a fuck. I'm only interested in what I want and what is in for me and what my experience is. Exactly. And so no, guidance is not hold on. There is something here. Guidance is an embodied experience and personal knowing through wisdom versus the how-to. No. Okay. So the guidance is how projector guide. So it's half. How projectors guide is actually pure mechanics. So just because you have an embodied experience doesn't mean that a projector can guide correctly. There is a certain mechanics that it's like driving a car. To be honest, the projector aura is so complex that you have to have a driver's license or a license for it. No, but what is true is that the embodied experience, and it's also not about you. When I guide, it has nothing to do with me. I role model what it means, and this is such a Sixt Line, and now I'm coming to the point that I want to make. The Sixt Line is not anymore about how to. The Sixt Line is the truth, the wisdom of who to be. And when I guide, and when projectors guide, it has nothing to do with the projector, no matter which profile, no matter which, it is only about guiding the other back to their authority. And this is what a lot of projectors don't understand. They think they have the answers, and maybe you do have. But in the end, the empowerment of the other comes through their own process and through their own even fucking things up again. It has to click for them. And the shift that happened for me, understanding this, especially when you have desire motivation, and it has to be, I have to be so clearly invited to lead and to guide them, but always to to my clients' authority in their way of creating success, and always back to their signature. Whether it depends on the type. I work with all types of human design types, not just for projectors. But it is important that we understand, yes, we have certain embodied experience, but in the end, that is not relevant, because a projector can guide. It's natural in our mechanics to deconstruct a system. You can even have, I have no idea what my clients do in their businesses. They run multi-serial businesses. They have really, or I go into a company, like I don't need to understand that. I don't need to be experienced in whatever that industry or niche is. But I know my mechanics, and I know right away about, and I have my system. I know what I use. So you have to be able to use your system in that context, right? If someone comes to me and says, I want your help and your guidance, and I say, yes, I use human design, advanced mechanics, and also my business context, but someone wants me to get them better at cooking, I say, cooking is not my system. I love cooking, but I'm not a professional chef. I have not, I'm very good at it, and I have a certain, intuitive gift for it, but that's not my system. So then that's not correct. But in general, it's not so much about this, but the guidance is only about the embodiment. And I'm coming now back to, I go into the comments again. I'm coming back to this, to the thing that we're going to have after, and now already experiencing. What happens? People come out of these entirely information and even this, what you say, these coaches are teaching how-tos based on their alignment, what works for them. And it is most importantly also that everything that they're doing, it's very much what is in for them. More when they're selling, people are, and I see that, and I'm talking a little bit slower so that you're going to check in with yourself. When we ask, why is it not selling? Then very often people are more interested to make the sale and communicate. That's why the aura is off, and there's this not self of I need the money, I want to make the sale, I don't feel seen. While the entire context and 2027 business paradigm, what we go deeper in that class next Friday, is about creating services, offers, invitations for people that is only focused and marketed and sold in what is in for them. And the Sixt Line is embodiment. So when everything goes into not how do I figure it out, it's about who to be. That means I teach you how to become yourself. So everything that you're selling, check in with yourself, check in with your offers. That is more the how-to of information, and then they do something with it. While over, like even this, I hear it so often. Like I hear all the time people coming to me, I invested so much in other coaches, and I learned a lot of information and a lot of how-tos, but it's still not clicking. I still don't understand it for me. Or even now you realize these were even the wrongest information for my design, or for my context. And so the thing is, I look at this at the comments in a second. So this is where now you can be ahead of time, and this is what we focus on in this projector offer creation workshop, in the offer atelier next Friday, in the 2027 context, and even deeper in the stage with Jamila asked, what is my system? This is what you got to figure out based on your channels and your life experience. So projectors always have a system, and I can usually with my clients right away identify which one comes from the self and which one is not from, it's from the not self, because usually through the life experience on all these how-tos, there's a lot of decisions that we all made to invest in coaches, to learn certain things, to create maybe even a system that is from not self. So most of the investments that we made, everything is like from the not self of I don't know enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not knowledgeable enough, right? Because people are selling to the not self. There was an on-air show where I did that, where I already talked about this, that it is sold to the not self, it is sold from the not self. So a lot of coaches are selling from, I need the money, I need the sale, give me, like making about them. But this will flip. This will flip the next weeks already, that people feel when someone is not really interested in the best of their clients and really empowering them, empowerment, that your clients have to make it and do it yourself. You cannot want to be needed by your clients. Yeah? You cannot sit there and say, why are they not buying? And then this is all ego. This is all distorted ego. It's about, okay, the service is, and the selling comes from the role model embodiment, no matter which profile you have. That's why I say the entire circle only makes sense in 2027 when we understand our profiles. Yes, most of you do. But then the embodiment is that what sells. So it's going to be a Sixt Line market. A Sixt Line market, and especially experienced market. There will be only about the experience that people have the experience transformation in the work that we do with them. So who do they become? It's not about how much do they know at the end of the time. And so the entire way of selling and how people invest is not, absolutely not, what do I get out? What are the modules? How many workbooks and all this? What is the 5-step process? That's not, and that will not sell anymore. That will not sell. I mean, people already feel it's like, oh, I don't want to, like, who is here and is actually done with doing the next program and, these a information thing, just sitting there and learning more. You are definitely, thank you, Adriana, for recognizing me for that. Thank you. I love it. I love it. Side note, I love how much respect and how respectful my clients communicate with me. Yeah, I love it. Thank you. So I am done teaching programs. And that's why I shifted last year in May, everything into mentorship. I already feel, when you say form principle, my body was fuck no. And I feel it has always been like this. I always felt what's coming in the future already as a child. So I'm kind of always 1 year ahead. That is sometimes really tricky because I'm now talking about something that is coming this year, and a lot of people go like, oh, yeah, whatever. Last year I felt I don't want to teach programs anymore, and there was no coach that could help me, especially for projectors, to actually scale one-on-one. Yeah, because to be honest, we all want only to, the best is to work one-on-one with people, right? Do you agree? I mean, let me know in the comments. The work we do in behind the scenes and one-on-one is really the best. The best. We love our one-on-one clients. It's there's no structure, there's no agenda. We just guide. This is what projectors do, right? People come on the call. There is no, okay, on our call, I just tell you today the 5 steps, whatever shit. That's not it, right? And there's my most favorite one-on-one client, Doreen. Hello, gorgeous. How are you? And so I did that. I just said, fuck it. I cannot. My body was, no, I don't want to do this anymore. No, I cannot continue this anymore. So I created it. And then, exactly. So there is the sacrals can scale was programs, but that felt so shitty for me. I did that. I tried to do that as well. But anytime a sacral coach told me, you got to imagine you have 50 people for that price. And then they do these calculations, you go like, oh yeah, of course. Even with a low cost offer, when I have 100 people in it sounds so amazing. Have you ever had this? That you thought, oh, that's so easy. Even my first business coach, I know it. We did a brainstorming session and then she mapped that all out. Here's your business plan. Your next 3 months, you will make 50K. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so exciting. And then Yeah, but how do I sell? How do I create an offer? And this is what you have to figure out. This is just a plan. I just give you the plan. Yeah, this is because I'm the coach, and then everything else you have to figure out. I'm like, fuck it. I invested so much money. Now what? And then there were even coaches who taught me how to sell, and then you have to do this and you have to do this. No, and you know what? Whenever I see coaches coaching each other through how in the best way. Like I was in a chat lately, in a mastermind chat, and then two coaches were talking about how can I, in the best way, overcome an obstacle and convince this client that this program is for them. And I'm like, who is still doing that shit? Who is still, like, if someone tells me, you know what, thank you so much, but I don't feel it, and I maybe want to work with you in the future. You're really amazing, but that's not it. I mean, swaha, thank you, goodbye. Of course, I don't like this is not anymore. And I've been there. I like at the beginning, like trying to convince and overcome obstacles and all that. But now, I mean, who is still doing that? This is not an integrity. This is absolute. It's not ethical. To be honest, this is a no-go. And this is, hold on, you've got to be very, very careful because we will see more of that. Sixt Line is innocence. Sixt Line is, it's about me. The detriment of it, okay? The detriment. The detriment is, I don't give a fuck what is in for you. I want my money. I want my sales. I want my end of the month goal. I want my big impact, right? We will be having a lot of that coming. That's the one side. That's why I say timeline split in March. Remember, I talked about this. So what, and people will feel it, and people will pull back. This is what is very, very dangerous. I mean, we will see a lot of people, experiencing that as well in lower sales and all that. But also there is still a lot of people already down that road of money, because that is also the 55 gate is material possessions, which is nothing bad about it, and it's actually the gate of the spirit experienced through the material. It's very complex, but definitely there is a fine line. So if you want to be really in integrity and really on the side of, you know what, I live in that new era and thrive, then we have to look at and start now to sell from the embodiment. It's not about how to be, show why you do it and how it helped you to become who you are through your system. And this embodiment, and it all comes down, when it's only about who you become, then the question is, what is the most dialed up version that you can become, which is the most potent and radiant? And our aura, like I said yesterday in my reel, let the aura do the talking, projectors. Bye, Natalie. Let the aura do the talking. So when we do the talking, then we need to clear out everything which is not you. Because if you're still holding certain personality traits and certain patterns from generator coaches and money gens in your field, you will always have a distorted aura and will always make less sales because the aura is not clean, it's not clear. You're sending out weird information. And when I see projectors saying they're already living certain projector lifestyle or life or knowing about their design, and then the thing is that when they operate and when I see them showing up online and show up as generators, or I feel this energy from, not from them, I can see it. This is my gift. I see it. My spleen said that's not healthy. I really get this alarm thing, like, no. And I immediately pull back. I cannot watch these projectors. I cannot absorb their aura. It's like, it's too much. It's too much pressure. It's too much go. It's too fast responding. And people will feel that even more. And I'm out. I don't want to consume nor want to work with these people. with these projectors. I want to guide them to become correct projectors. Yes, and there's a certain transition phase, and they're going to slow the fuck down. I know how hard it is, and I know all of you clients who are facing that, and I love you. You're doing amazing. It's like a detox. But that is the biggest shift. So the question is then people will buy in terms of, okay, what is in for me? So in a sense, as a client is, what is in for me? When you sell me that, what is there more than information? Huh? Can you tell me? And that's the point. It's not about telling them. It's about showing them. You actually do not, and this is the art of selling as a projector. And that is what the stage is really about. It's the true embodiment, the true positioning, where your aura does the talking and you say, I don't need to tell you, you just see me. And this is the thing, this would be not an integrity. I cannot take money from someone who signs up with big investments, no matter what big for you is, but I know it, you're all at your level, and it's always, for all of you, me included, it's a stretch. But it's not an integrity for me anymore to say anything about what I get out of it. No. Yes, I love doing it. I'm feeling successful. My clients are successful. But most importantly, it's about you become who you are in your definition. And that creates the success, period. And so everything that I teach and say and even now here has no relevance for you. So if you still think you can take what I say today and apply to you, you have not understood human design. Because it's differentiation. And I'm just role modeling what life embodied in your design and the success and the fractal opening, all is possible. Possibility view. But is not applicable. You cannot say, oh, because Ginger is doing it, I doing it, or she said that. No. No. And this would not be an integrity. And then, of course, it is, yes, there are certain ways to apply that for you, to work with me. That's clear. But most importantly, it's about that we shift this to, what does my clients experience? How do they change? Who are they becoming? That's Sixt Line. What are they embodying? So whenever these questions come up, and I'm answering them a little bit on here, but I hope there was already a lot of value in it. What I just said is the biggest question: look at your offers and look how do you market them. And instead of talking about the delivery, what you deliver. So on that Friday next class, where we workshop also through offers, then I give you certain questions to screen your offers. And one will definitely be like, what are all these deliverables that you have on that you more market? So I see this with all my clients. When I say, what are the 3 biggest outcomes and the results your clients get, then mostly people talk about the delivers. So yeah, you get this, and this is in it, and their calls and their whatever and sessions. But that actually says nothing and zero about the true results and the experience and what changes in their life. What is their experience? So it must be really only about experience. And how does it help and support and empower, depending which system, which circuits you have. So the circuits defines the way you work and the way how you guide your clients. And so in the stage, we go deep into the circuitry as well. There's different as individual, tribal, and collective. Now, when there is this, the question is, how did it help you to become who you are? This says you have to embody it. I wrote that down. Your offers, how did they help you to become who you are? Because when you embody that, when you market that, and when your content reflects that, and not your content serves an algorithm, then people will already are sold into you, are sold into what you're like. You're the billboard. You're the billboard. I always said at the beginning, like, knowing your human design is like knowing your name. Knowing your astrology means a shit show, to be honest. Means a shit show. It's like, great, good, and now what? Do I see you living it? Can you talk about it without even talking about it? This is just knowing it. When you really live it and know how to live it and know how to apply it in your life and in your business and your relationship, this is how you get your name on that billboard. How your name is on the billboard and people will see it and you will radiate out and you stand out. And the biggest challenge is more about letting go of all that shit that keeps us away from fully living it. So when I see someone and there's radiating all this generator energy, all these projectors, then no wonder that it's not selling. And then the question is not how do I structure it? The question is not how long do I make it? It is really about this, are you embodying your work or not? And then how does it help that client? How do you help them? And when this is not possible, and when your clients don't want that, or that's not the right clients, I mean, you have to decide it. People have to decide that in terms of, do you want to continue a business based on the old paradigm right now? Because that will collapse. And so you can build a house of cards, and at some point it will feel fucking hard, and you will either tear it down yourself, or you will it will be collapsing, because your body is still so strong that it goes, fuck it, I don't want anymore, I don't want to continue this anymore. Now this was the same for me, that I did not want to do that. Now this week, it took me the entire year. I did my experience, I created it myself. Nobody taught me that. Hi Ines, this stage lady. Nobody taught me that. And I'm so fucking excited because this week I'm celebrating really I was just sitting there and doing the numbers. And I'm not talking so much anymore about money as the result. But this week blew my mind because it was an 18.5 cash week. I had no idea. You know what I was focused on? It's only about that client, not about how do I make the money. And that makes me even more emotional in celebrating that, because it is the opposite. We make more money when we are focusing on our system, on the embodiment of it, on connecting with people and empowering people and making it, having this super one single thing. So what the biggest shift was, I let everything fall away. My spleen cut out everything that is too much action, too much selling in the wrong way, too many different offers and different, thank you, all of you, thank you. All these offers that were from generator coaches. And the potency in projectors is to have one topic, which is your definition, which your channels give you the exact answer, and then understanding the other components. Thank you, darling. And it was fucking hard. I talked to Doreen a lot. She's my private client. We're in the Telegram every day. And I shared with her as well. It's like the detox is the hardest. And I honor every one of my clients who is in it right now. Because that's the hardest, to let fucking go, right? It is the hardest when you sit there and things are not working anymore, when it's quiet, when the old things fall away. And I'm sharing this with you because it's important for me that projectors see it is possible, especially these projectors who are coming from that old coaching world, who are doing it successfully. Yes, very pretty successfully, like the other coaches. And then there comes a point where this subtle voice of fuck it, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm bored, and these clients are draining me, and the launches are flopping because the energy is not behind it. This is what I want to talk about. The results are coming, but we cannot focus on the results. We need to strip that first away, focus on you, and having a pure, potent, simple business model. A simple business model. That is what we create in the state. Very simple, very clean, and also a way of marketing these clean, clear offers where, yes, we can create different containers and different ways to package them up. But the topics are always your definition, so that then it is fucking simple. Always a simple, simplified success, much lighter, more freedom. When you don't have to think about what you sell or what it's just that one thing, how much free time you have, how much these things free you up, how much mental load and pressure and all this thinking. There's a seven-centered business model, all from this old coaching industry, and that will all crumble. All this frees up. And this is actually scaling for a projector, that we first let go of all that shit. It's going to be amazing, right? And this is what you will have such an incredible, it can be that easy. And you know what? These offers come out of you, because then you only focus on you becoming more in integrity with understanding your design and living it. And while you do it, you go through so many experiences where suddenly these offers come out. But this takes time. That's why the stage is 6 weeks. We go through it over 6 weeks. We take it away. We only focus on this one on these golden anchors, the money bringing things in your design, these success mechanics that work then for itself. And then it's the process. It's the deconditioning. It requires guidance, and it requires me holding you and in that, to stay in it, to not fall back into this not self-off. Fuck, this other thing worked. Now it's nothing working anymore. I had that too. And so the type of offers that I have now, I see it as scaling one-on-one, because I don't do anything differently from my Sixt Line embodiment. Just my body is just my second line, just doing its thing. And it is very clever marketed and sold. And this is my genius. I'm very fucking good at what I'm doing. And I'm owning that here, because you are also fucking good at doing it. And it is nothing wrong with not having that structure and defined head of structuring your offer. It's nothing. That's why your body pulled you towards me. There's nothing wrong with me having an undefined G center. I need a little bit support with these topics that are that's why I have my coaches, and guess what? All they have defined G centers, right? So there's nothing wrong, and I don't want to shame anyone, and I wanted that you feel bad. And this is just coming from that, again, I need more information. I don't know it, right? I have to do it myself. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And the thing is that once you understand this, you can run. You can run. You just get better and better. And the reason why then guidance and mentoring is about the refinement of us becoming more of us. And when I study design, and I'm like, oh my God, there's even more that I can refine and master. And then there's this overall deconditioning of layers and layers, and it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. So the offers that the type of offers that I have sold with this 18K a cash week, they are different. They're from smaller offers to bigger one, to painfuls, to payment plans. Like it's all there, but in such a projector way that is nothing that anyone else taught me. This is what I figured out myself, and I'm now teaching it, and not teaching, but sharing and breaking it all down. And there will be an event, how to scale one-on-one as a projector, next week. I'm so fucking lit up to bring that to you, and I will open the enrollment for that tonight or tomorrow. If this is something that intrigues you to understand and for yourself to apply how to scale one-on-one, I want to invite you into that. It's happening next week. So can I ask about the styles? Will you be able to see us individually, our charts, even though we're in a group? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. That is a great question. No, we have such a small group. It's just 5, right? And we have, I always have your charts up. So my chart and Serenity, we have this group chat, right? And so every day you can ask me questions, and I have your charts, and I sometimes even do transits and check the transits if you're going through stuff. And I say, okay, look at you. This is your chart right now. absolutely, this is what you're feeling right now. And you will also understand your channels and your, because as a mental projector with all this openness, there's a lot of stuff that comes up. Yes. That's the entire point. Yeah. So, and having me in their back pocket every day and asking me questions every day is it's the most potent, most powerful thing. Yeah. Thank you for that question. So this is what I'm going to do next week because, it just blows my mind. It blows my mind. And it's 98% new clients. That's the thing where I thought that's the fractal. So the fractal mechanics is something not many talk about and not really many understood. And it is hard for me to put that into a written slide. So my intention is to create different content on my platform that I don't have to explain so much, just making it easier for me. But it also have to be always in context of a business. So this is what we're going to do there. And then to your questions. That's the fractal. You fucking roll. Yes, absolutely. You came all in. I mean, where were you all the time? I was not there. That's the point. I was not there. I fucking was not there. So if you don't see your clients that you really want to work with, or the ones that more of the ones you really want to work with, then it's not that you do something. Yes, let's say it. There's nothing that you do wrong. Okay, so let's take the pressure off. There's something that you don't do. There's something that you do in a way that represents you as your not self. And nobody buys from not self, except for not self people. So if you want more of these people who are not really, Tanya, thank you so much. Tanya, that's my client. She was in last round stage. Thank you. Let me just read that out. I was once in the stage. I just can confirm that you feel like on a one-on-one while being in a group, and it's so potent and powerful. You will love it. You did both rounds, Tanya. You did the very first round and you did the second round as well, because there's always a continuation. So the ones who are now in it and who are in my premium mentorship, they also join the next round. So there's always more. In this round, we focus on a lot of also the brand, the dialing that up for the embodiment of it. So instead of positioning your brand with a product and the offer or a certain topic of an offer, when you are a manifestation coach or a money coach or a business coach or a health coach, right? This is more the product or the thing you sell versus we create a personal brand where you can sell what the fuck you want because it's you. How about this? Because once you're like, oh, I don't want to talk about health anymore. I don't want to talk about manifestation anymore. I just want to live my fucking life and be me. And look what else is there, especially third lines. Like you're going to cut bonds, cut cords and cut bonds and break the bonds at a certain time with a topic, with a relationship, with your business, and you want to build something completely different, especially when you have a fifth line in your body. You want a bigger reach and serenity. I loved your stories from yesterday. It's already happening. Like you signed up this Monday. I mean, where's time? You signed up this Monday, and now I already see your content so powerfully and so shifting. It's just you. I love that. That's the thing. And so we will create the brand and the positioning. That's why I say, when you know your chart, when you understand it and live it, you can do whatever you want. And that's as important for 2027. Because when this whole thing, if there's no TikTok anymore, if there's no Instagram, if there's no Xing, if there's no whatever, you have to be able to have successful resources coming in and people coming in just by simply your projector aura, by recognition and invitation, strategy and authority. And if you have not yet, I say it all the time, it's the best. Invited my 3-part training and class and transmission on that. Projectors here, that is something that will blow your mind. and you will get such a deeper understanding what it means, recognition and invitation. You will implement that right away in your business and how you sell. You will delete a lot of things that you already are doing that is not correct. So this is and the link is in my bio. It was the best. And next week, the scaling one-on-one will be the same vibe like invited. Just saying, it's got to be really good. So this is one thing. And then when I now go into the offers, the questions that you have asked, right? So Christina, are you still here? Eva, bist du auch noch hier? Eva Meyerhofer? I just saw your message. You're amazing. Thank you. See, you are on a live and you get a recognition and invitation. And maybe she's also in the new mentorship. Like, people are sneak peeking into my link tree. I love that, projectors. You're super smart. Yes. Okay. So, Eva, I don't know if you're still here. I saw you hopping on. No, she's not here anymore. Okay. Are you? No, she's not here. Okay. That's cool. All right. Good. So that's okay. I wanted to give you some answers. Do you still have, like, if you have more questions after what I just said, use this little questionnaire here. And let's see if this questionnaire is smart. Oh, yeah, it pulls it up, so I don't have to pull it up with my phone. That's super cool. But it does not show me, it does not allow me to share it. Or let's check it if it's now working. So, here, where do we start? So, by the way, do you still, thank you so much, Virginia. Yeah, bye, Doreen. Okay, let me just give me a drink. How are you? How's everybody? How's the vibe? I'm feeling hot. This jacket is so hot. It's warm, but it's also cool. I love it. How's the vibe? Can I just get a check-in with you? You know, I have touch cognition. Can we just get in touch? How's the vibe? How are you feeling? I feel amazing. I love Sundays. I love Sundays hanging out with you. I love it. And also, I'm looking at my notes. And I tell you, tonight, this afternoon, dropped the name for the event next Wednesday. I love it. So, it's okay. It's good. Hearts and fire. Hearts on fire. Hearts on fire. Okay, cool. So, how do we do that? Okay, the vibe is amazing. Okay. Do you have a question? What did your mind tell you as I was talking about the offers and six color and 2027 and offer creation? I love the high heels, even though I don't wear them anymore because they're too high. What do you want to say? Okay, let's get focused. The focus is you're answering your questions, but I want to ask you, which questions do you else have? Drop them in here. Okay, drop them in here. We have some here, and I will just see if it works. Mentoring offers, people searching for it. Okay, so the question is, can you see it? Can you see this question? I put it on, and I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? It says, you take on selling without mentioning offers. People search for you, just role model. So, that's a good question, but I don't know. Okay. Instagram, why do you make it so inefficient for us projectors? Okay, so the question is, your take on selling without mentioning offer. Can I send this to you, Christina? No, I can't. I cannot send it to you now. That you put it in there. Okay. Just listen, okay? Just listen. Your take on selling without, so how do you sell without mentioning offer and people searching for you, just warm mulling? My take on it, it doesn't make sense. So you're a business, you have offers. My question is, how does Chanel and Louis Vuitton or Prada, they are hot premium brands, right? They sell. So there's nothing wrong with selling, and there's nothing wrong with mentioning offers. What is wrong is your mindset and your not self thoughts about it. Yeah. So there is, oh, I can see them. If I click on the question mark, I can see. How fucking smart are these projectors? I love it. Okay, everybody click on that icon. You see the first question, yeah? So the thing is that we have to be okay with selling. But a projector aura and mechanics, we sell through embodiment, but also mentioning clear. So projectors sell powerfully, and this is what I teach in and share and and kind of not only teach, yes, also teach. I talk about it and show what it means for your offers in the stage, but mainly it is, like I said today, in both. You got to show the transformation of your own work, and then also share what and share the transformation your clients get with your work. And then also, so there are 3 pillars how to sell as a projector, and this is what I go deeper into the stage, but mainly the marketing comes through your channels. The content represents your offers and your system. But then there's also the 3rd pillar is a clear, very potent and simple. This is where I guide my clients. This is where we work on it. And this starts then, or you messaged me to apply here, or you like I said, like how many times did I mention my offers today, right? And it is your authority telling you, if you're really trusting your authority, you know what to do. Trust your authority, it's a no, it's a no. Trust your authority, it's a yes. Follow through it. There's something that's a shortcut into your success. And have awareness about your mind. That's it. That's all what I say. And I know the more correct my clients are, the faster they buy because they trust themselves. That's it. If you want clients like that who trust themselves, you got to be very trusting your own energy when you sell. Simple. Very simple. So clean, but the point is when, okay, bye. Everybody's sleeping. Bye, Ines. Everybody's dinner, right? But it's good. So when people feel that projectors are insecure, I love that you're connecting with each other. Bye, Ines. Everybody says bye, Ines. So when projectors are insecure, they tend to lean forward and the aura pushes too much in the other. Or they completely pull back and then there is an insecurity. Hold on. This person is insecure. I better not let myself guide me from them because I don't know where they're going to guide me. I don't know if they can guide me correctly. Okay. So powerfully selling, but understanding the mechanics is key. So when it's too much, when it's not too much. That's why I screen my clients. Serenity knows it. I review my clients' Insta stories. I go on their live streams. Last time I checked a Insta story of Serenity, right? And I said, no, put that down. Don't do this. Oh, yes, that's great. Dial that up. Do more of that. Like this feedback Projectors need that feedback. You don't see it. And if you look at other coaches, if you look at managers and you think, oh, they're doing it, so I'm doing more, just viel hilft viel auf Deutsch, more just serves more. No, it's not. Not for projectors. It's actually less. But this is what projectors don't believe at the beginning. But if I tell them, yes, just pull back, just lean back, let them come, it's actually this. We want to be thought after. So even if you take the attention away, that's the point. If you give them too much attention, they just fed by your attention. They don't want to buy. It's that we sell attention. So that's why I said every projector gives too much for free. You're leaving money on the table, projectors. And this is what we cut out. Definitely. We have to cut that out. This is what I do with everyone. Yeah. Absolutely. And then, which is what you show, that Sixt Line. Innocence we've been talking about. No, I'm not into innocence. Innocence is motivation. I am Sixt Line. I have desire motivation. I'm here to lead. My interest. So innocence is, it's only about what, if I were innocence, I was saying it is very important to create the stage and make it more, really the most important thing is what do I get out of it? Because when I create the stage in a way that I feel my best and I get what I want in terms of the experience, not the money, okay? That's not ego. Then I am the best and then I can serve my clients in the best way. That's innocent. Desire motivation, I create the stage because I want to lead you to your success. I want, like desire leads. Desire is education, is developmental, so means leading to the next layer of evolution. It is, third color is also experimental, so that means experience, it means really going in it. It's action, it's taking action for the other. My interest is really in the other so that you become successful in your terms. And innocence is really about my interest. And I'm interested in your interests. So this is leader-follower. I want to lead. And I want to that you want to be led by me. Innocence is I don't want to lead at all. I don't want to go away. I don't want to lead. It's just me. And I lead by just being focused on me. And you watch me. And then you get empowered by that. 2027 is nobody fucking wants to lead the other. Everybody has to take fucking care of itself. That's why all these systems crumble. There won't be a politics or there won't be these governments and then there won't be organizations who are taking care of everyone else. Like, do you know how to make electricity yourself? No? Okay. So better be prepared. That's why people buckle up right now. They know what's coming. So, let's see. Okay, I think I answered that question. So we're going to close in 7 minutes. Then it's 8 p.m. here. Okay, so that was a great question. I see a lot of questions around, one-on-one work. And that is actually what I'm going to go into in this on Wednesday in the Scaling 101 because I'm just reading this question here, both because it's the same category. So one question is how to justify a one-on-one program going from 4-week to a 6-week experience, like extending it, right? Or the other thing is how to create an online experience for one-on-one guidance instead of just having a call. Like that is one thing. And then the other thing is how to how to sell a intimate one-on-one experience, for example, Reiki sessions, and scale them and convert them, this is all about the same thing that the hold on, where are the comments now? Okay, just catching up on the comments. I answer this question first, and I'm catching up on the comments. So with all these one-on-one, you have to ask yourself, what is the experience for this client, and not so much about the structures. So whether it's length, whether it's the structures of online or offline, it's all the experience for this client, and everything else supports that experience. So if you think that you have to justify making it a longer experience, the question is, why are you thinking even that you have to justify it? So it has nothing to do with the experience in itself. It's really about us powerfully selling that. And especially as a third line, I know Paulina asked this question, is you have to go through an experience first. That's why I say when you understand your profile, you also understand how to sell it. And even beforehand, you get to market, okay, I'm a third line, or not even talking about it. It's like, I have my experience, and this is my knowledge, my wisdom, and my experience with my clients say that they get the best results after 6 weeks. And 4 weeks is just not enough, and that's it. And this is why I see this unapologeticness of undefined egos and open egos have such trouble to sell. And that's why I'm here to empower women in selling and saying, you own that. You are the expert. Yeah. And there's not, and a lot of coaches, a lot of projectors in particular talk way too much. Do you know how do I justify that I am not on time at 6 but start close to 7 but then go 2 hours instead of 20 minutes? I don't justify anything. I just do it. So when you enter that's why I say the level of confidence is not shown by how you show up on social media. It's in those moments when you don't know how to communicate these things. And when you're in the DMs with me every day and can ask me these things in that moment, we shift that. That's deconditioning. When I say don't even talk about it, information, not explanation. Yeah. So this entire thing with how do I create online one-on-one, we go into that on Wednesday in terms of structuring that and marketing that. But mainly it is the same experience that you give, but it is, of course, it's not in aura. Yes, it's different. But there are certain things that your client also needs than just in that one session. And that's usually the time in between. The time in between sessions. What do your clients do? That's why I say my stage is not a call. There is a support group. There's the calls where we do live and talk, but then there's the true transformation, deconditioning comes in between, right? In real life, when things are applied, when shit hits the fan, when things come up, like Tanya said, it's not my eyes on your business only, it's eyes on our lives. Whatever occurs, I feel guided, and I mean really whatever, not spiraling out, groaning. That's the point, because Tanya is a 1-3, and line threes, you experience a lot. Like what's going on in your life, Tanya, I'm not surprised because you're a third line, but it's a lot. And it takes a powerful woman to hold another powerful woman. That's why the tagline of projector of the stage experience that came through was powerful projectors meet powerful projectors. Like this is power meets power. This season of the stage is really power meets power, and that's why there are only powerful women in it. And everybody who has wonky energy around it and tiptoes around it, it's not for you. Definitely. Stay out of there. It's okay. It's totally fine. But this is really for the ones who want to amplify the fuck up. The way you are talking about projectors and leading by embodiment, you're answering their questions unknown I have been feeling inside. Thank you, Leslie. Yeah. And the new projector mentorship goes in all of that. So that's why I created it, because there's so many topics I want to talk about, and it's a 6-month space, but it's the entry level of investment to work with me. It's really, really reasonable for all projectors because I wanted to support more projectors at any level of business. So the stage is definitely a higher investment for more business experience. Not business experience, but for the women who feel good to make that investment. And then there's I got invited to create that space. I'm fucking excited. So that the link is in the link tree if you want to sneak in. And I also decided to make it a open and closed door policy there. So this time I opened the doors for 10 projectors, and then I close them on the on the 18th again, and then I don't open it till whenever my spleen says open it. So we are now taking the closing off here. I feel pretty complete. I think you do too. I'm gonna go and do some packing, create the setup for the event on Wednesday so that you can join if it feels correct for you. If you want to scale one-on-one, that's gonna be a game changer for your business. Definitely. Thank you so much for being here. You're amazing. Trust yourself more. You're not doing anything wrong. It's just that you don't know how to do it as a projector, and we can change that. So there's a way. There's a way. Okay? Thank you. I wish you a beautiful day wherever you are, and I see you soon.